like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Creating a new show here, all about answering questions. We've got a few here already, and this show is going to just go on for about an hour till about 2 o'clock, and then we're going to switch over and do some other things. But I wanted to start this show, see how it goes, and yeah, so how I'm going to do this is, like, in the future, my plans are to have various ways of doing this. One, I'm going to have you guys send questions to my Discord, or PM me directly if you want it anonymous, and then I'll go to ask. There's actually a special channel dedicated for questions in there. Only subscribers will be able to access it. You won't be, unless you actually join the channel, it won't give you a thing. And then later on, you look at the when the site gets bigger, because I'll be bombarded with it, you'll only be able to put a question in there and I'll delete the question after I've answered it, but you'll only be able to post a question in there when you're subscribed. But for now, anybody can put questions, but make it real questions. If you're going to ask, if it's going to be like a trollish question, I'm not even going to be bothered. Serious questions. It's not just about advice about dating, but that's going to be primarily the one that people are going to ask. And you're going to hear some examples of the questions. One of them is one I hear actually a lot, and I'm going to start with that one. And it comes up a hell of a lot. So here it is. Been dating boyfriend for a while, but things have kind of deteriorated, and just don't know if I can be. Okay, just don't know if I can be with him anymore. I was thinking it would be easy just to stop talking, and eventually he will give up. Yeah, that's called ghosting, and many people do it in different ways, but ghosting is never a good thing. The thing I always ask people, and you probably were asked this when you were a kid and you went to do something, and your mother or father would say, "How would you feel if that was done to you?" And that's the really great way to do this. If you were dating somebody and everything was going wonderful and nice, and the guy just left. The guy just, I'm assuming from my good mate here that, yeah, you said boyfriend, yeah. So you'd feel if the guy did that to you. You're in love, you think things are going wonderful, and then the guy just stops talking. It sucks. We discovered a long time ago that one of the most important things when a relationship ends is to get closure, to find out what exactly caused it. Otherwise, the brain itself just goes into overload. What did it? It's a really, really tough thing. It hurts like a son of a bitch. And yeah, nobody likes to be ghosted. Your best thing with ending a relationship, there's different ways, right? Because a lot of people, they ghost it because they don't want to feel the guilt, or because they don't want to see the person cry, or they want the easy way out. And there's no easy way out of a relationship. If the relationship was good at any point, if there was a shitty relationship, you don't need to just send a message, 50 ways to leave your lover, right? if the guy's an asshole or if the girl's an asshole or whatever, just get out of the relationship. You don't want to be in a poisonous, abusive relationship. But if the relationship was good at any point and you want to get out for whatever reason, I mean, you shouldn't feel trapped. You shouldn't feel like you have to stay for whatever reason. If the love's not there, it's not there. If you still got feelings for him, maybe talk. Maybe if you, whatever your issue is, talk to him. See if there's a way to fix it. If there's a way to fix it, it's worth a try, right? You love him, he loves you. I mean, if neither one of you love each other, you've got the option of trying to rekindle that love. Like, we're talking like a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. It's not, there's no commitment. It's more of a choice. Same, but with marriage, it's a bit more, right? Because you got a lot of stuff you got to deal with. From dealing with the legality of it, if there's children involved, the legality and emotional effect, because it doesn't no longer affect you anymore. It affects the husband, the spouse, the children, financial issues. It also affects everybody else, because believe it or not, people who see a relationship, they watch them, and it doesn't sound right, but they base a lot of their stuff on that. So there's a lot of things that get affected, right? Have you ever had a friend, friends who are a couple, and you just look up to them and you think, yeah, oh wow, they're the sweetest couple, and then all of a sudden you find out they break up. Oh my God, I can't believe they broke up. They were so wonderful together. That impact in itself is real and can actually affect other people's relationships. Oh well, fuck, if they can break up, is our marriage safe? Now, I'm not saying you're responsible for somebody else's. You're really only responsible for yourself. But there's a lot more to it. But there's a lot of questions when it comes to breaking up a relationship of what the situation is, what caused the situation, what caused the need to break up. I would definitely, in your circumstance, I would ask yourself, before actually doing anything, ask yourself what it is. Why are you wanting to break up? Are you wanting to break up because you're interested in somebody else? Maybe see about it. Maybe tell them, I'm sorry. Like, sit them down and have a conversation. Tell them what your issues are. Found somebody else that I've got feelings for. Or yes, it's going to hurt, but it's going to hurt a hell of a lot more. It's one way or the other. It's gonna breaking up is going to hurt. There's no way out of it. You're either going to hurt them because you're ghosting them, or you're going to hurt them because of the. I personally would tell you that ending the relationship, being told, yes, it's like stabbing them. That's the difference. The difference between the pain of being told and not being told, being ghosted, is being killed with a knife by stabbing, or drowning, or suffocating. That's how it feels when you're being ghosted. It feels like you're being suffocated. It's a disgusting feeling. That nobody should go through. I strongly go against the ghosting concept. Just sit down with him, talk with him. Maybe he's going to get up and storm out and cry for whatever the reason is. Or maybe there's something that, let's say there's something bugging you. I don't know your whole circumstances because there's nothing in the question. But I would definitely talk. But decide from yourself if you're going into it to end it. Be clean. Be upfront about it. Just fucking say you're not interested anymore and you want to move on, or that you'd like to work it out. And listen to them as well. Maybe they've got something that they can say as well. Hell, it's possible they want to end the relationship too, but then the same boat you on, they don't know how to end it. Communication in all relationship, beginning, middle, end, is always key to a good and to ending a bad relationship. A lot of people stay in a relationship for the other person, just like you are. You're asking this question, so you don't really want to hurt the person. You're kind of asking for some kind of validation for doing this because you don't want to hurt them, but you want to feel validated that if you do, is it the right thing? Ethically, you know it's not, because you would not want that done to yourself. And yeah, so that's my answer to that question. Okay, let's see if I can do the next question. Okay, this is a long one. This one was sent to me. Okay, I've been with my ex, who's the female, for, since 2011. So that's 9 years. She was my everything, my soulmate, my best friend, and the person I'd do anything for. Been with my ex. Okay. She had some mental health issues kick in during lockdown. But her feelings towards me have been pulling her sideways for longer than this. I've thought about I thought with counseling we both get through this. A blip, a bump in the road, it makes sense. I thought we were set for life. I have a son, 10, from previous relationship, and he's distraught. His relationship with his mom is not great, and my ex was the female influence in his life. Someone who, beside me, was on his side. He's a really good kid, a heart of gold, but he doesn't know how to be. He's lost and confused. I don't know what to say to him. I don't want him. I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to wake up with her not by my side. I don't want to go anywhere without her. Our families get along so well. I don't want to lose her, but I know I can't get her back. How can I be strong for my son? How can I make a future more possible? I'm lost. That's a bugger of a one. Especially, as I said, kids involved and families involved. Your families are getting along. But if I may get from this, don't necessarily count it out. I'm not saying go chasing after her. Chase after her, you'll push her away. Be the flame, not the moth. I love that saying. Think about a moth. Moth, you stick a light nearby a flame, it'll always go towards it, right? It's a known fact. Moth will go to the flame. So if you be the flame, they'll come to you. Don't always go to her. You go out, you chase after the moth will fly away. Let the moth come to you. She's going through something, as you just said right there. She has some mental health issues. Feelings went sideways during lockdown. Yeah, it's scary. This whole fucking COVID thing is pretty fucking scary. And then being trapped in your house. Being trapped in your house while there's big old monsters fucking walking around it on the outside, and not you can't. But this monster you can't see, and it may be there, it may not be there. You have no idea. Could be right in your fucking house. Could be right outside. And you can't do anything because you're told by the media that it's real. One guy in the media is saying, no, it's not real. Then it's told it is real. Then it's not real. Then you got the fucking president fucking saying, it's fake news, it's pretend. Oh, it was the Democrat, blah, blah, blah. And then the next minute saying it's real. Right? You got all this fucking information. It's confusing and scary. The best thing to do would be to send her a message. Like, you stand aside. Send her a message. Give her the "I will be right here waiting for you" speech. Tell her that you love her. You don't want to necessarily give up. You'd like to talk. Unless she's already met somebody else, then it's not over. If you were that close, if you were soulmates and best friends and all that kind of stuff, I would hold on. I would wait and just send her a message and tell her, cooking when I'm back. Welcome back. But yeah, I would say hold off, don't just give up. And not just for your son. A relationship is really about you and your partner, right? Try to keep the relationship for you and her. Your son, however, yes, that's a tough one. There's nothing really you can do. The relationship's over, it's over. Not necessarily. Some relationships do get back together. I personally make a rule, and a relationship ends, it's over, right? Because the problem with going back to a relationship, which is going to be another question I'm going to be bringing up in a moment, it's always in the back of the head. All the issues that's in the relationship, that ended the relationship, is still there. If it was never dealt with, it's still in the back of the fucking head, and it is going to come back. Yeah. So I'd say don't give up. Like reading your information here and what you've wrote, I don't think it's necessarily over unless she's met somebody else. But I mean, if she was in lockdown, unless she was texting, she's not necessarily, she's scared. She's scared and she's running, and she's, especially with her mental health issues, quite a lot of relationships, especially with mental health issues, they leave the relationship not because they want out the relationship. They feel that they're trying to protect you. So it could be a whole bunch of things. And not only is she going to be missing you, she loved you. If you're a soulmate, as she put, if she loves you and she'll miss you, she'll also miss your son. And all this stuff is right in her head. Don't be in her face. Do not be in her face. Otherwise, you're just going to push her away. Right? Think of it like a scared cat. You go up to a scared cat, it's going to back away. Right? Don't fucking tower over the fucking thing. Just let them come to you. Be the flame, not the moth. Right? Let her be the moth. Go about your day. Go about your life. Enjoy your life. Don't go with the idea, I can get along without you. You know you can. You really can. I know right now it feels like you can't, but you can. She's not your air. The air, oxygen is your air. Water is water is what you need. You need oxygen. You need food. You need a roof over your head. As long as you've got that, yes, you've got what you need. Right? You don't need another person to make you live, to validate you as a person. You need it to help that feeling that you've got of, that addicted feeling that you've got inside of you that does not want to be without them. And it's real. Love is real. But it's how you handle it, right? It's like anything. It's what you do it. But yeah, that's my advice. Be patient. Let her know that you're there for her if she needs. Let her know that you don't want to just give up. There's nothing really you can do for your son, unfortunately, sadly. Just tell her that you love her and you miss her too. And just be patient. Just go about your life. Don't be mopey. Don't be mopey. Don't just sit around and letting yourself be sad. Just go about your day and go about your life, and you'll be fine. And chances are she'll come back to you. Anyway, that's that question. Welcome back, Misty X. What's this one? What? So thanks to people. Hang on, just gotta read this one. Only because of parents who listen to. Oh no, that's just no. Where's the next one? I'm trying to find a. This started a few weeks ago. While cleaning the bathroom, I found a number. Oh, okay. This sounds like it's going to be an interesting one. This started a few weeks ago. While cleaning the bathroom, I found a number of long hair strands over my bathroom wall by the shower. Okay. This struck me as very odd because not only does my husband not have hair, I also wear a very cropped, short hairstyle. Okay. So is it possible the strands I found to belong to either? So it's impossible. Yeah, makes sense. Confused, I washed them away, but couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided not to mention it, but kept looking out for them. There seems to be a pattern that there's hairs appearing when I'm either at work or out a longer time period. Keep going. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I shouldn't just immediately go to my husband. Good for you. Cheating on me with a longer haired woman. I asked my husband about it and he just shrugged. Which makes me more paranoid. Surely this is something that is strange. So why is he so biased about it? Or bliss about it. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm starting to think he's playing it down to stop me from finding the truth. It happened again 2 days ago, and I asked my husband again. He dismissed it, but this time admitted it's strange, but told me the only explanation is that there must be my hairs, as in her hair. Okay, they're not, and after saying so, now he'll just ignore me if I bring it up. I don't want to assume my husband is cheating on me and accuse him of something so ridiculous, but I'm driving myself into the ground trying to work out how the hairs got there without my husband dismissing it as nothing. During lockdown, we haven't had any visitors that I know of, so can rule out his sister. Oh, okay, I was reading that really wrong. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, she's saying that. Okay. Yeah. Now I know not everybody is going to be in my channel as I'm reading this, and probably might actually just come back to my VODs. So if you do come back and you watch this, I don't know exactly what to tell you. My instincts, I'm going through my head of what other possibilities there could be, and I'm very impressed the fact that he didn't jump to the he's cheating thing, but that is odd. The fact that he's playing it off, he's just dismissing it. even if he wasn't cheating, the fact that he's dismissing it bugs me, because he knows that something's bugging you, right? And maybe I'm a little too old school, and I want the person I'm with to feel comfortable and safe, that she can come to me for anything. And if she's uncomfortable, if she's not happy, if there's something that's bothering her, I want to try to help somehow. I'm gonna move this over here. I want to help. I want to ease her mind in some way. And he's not trying at all there. As for the hair, you're on lockdown. Now, see, I wish you were in the thing so I could ask direct questions, which is what I'll be doing eventually with this program, is I'll actually have a window over here, I think, so people can come on and I can talk to them directly and answer these questions. But I want to know what your husband's opinion is on COVID. Specifically, is he think it's real? Does he think it's real? Does he think it's fake? What does he think about it? So if he think it's real and he's paranoid, chances are he wouldn't have somebody come in. If he's one of those guys who goes, it's just a fucking cold, blah blah blah, it's not real, it's all fake. If he's one of those kind of guys, then yes, there's a chance he'd be willing to let somebody in. So that's the kind of thing I want to know, because I don't know your husband, right? Even still, that's really fucking weird. If he's dismissing, yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of agree with that. Yeah, it is. I'm not wanting to like break your heart or anything like that, and I agree with what you're saying. You don't want to like go up to him going, "You're cheating!" Ha ha ha. There's a few things you could do, but chances are, if your brain's already thinking this, it could be. Yeah, there's a lot of. Yeah, it's the fact that he's dismissing it bugs me. It bugs me way too much. That in itself is upsetting. He should be communicating. Relationships are about communication. If there's something bugging you, say it. If there's something, right, so you can fix it. I mean, hell, there's a lot of people these days are in open relationships, right? Maybe that's something that you could talk about. I don't know what you are. I'm not saying that you should, but maybe it's something that you could do. But I mean, you don't also jump the gun if it's not the case. But at the same time, and this is, I know a lot of people try to go, get more information. And while that's true, it's a good idea. You need to go in it with the idea of it could go either way, right? It could be, what if he is cheating on you? When you look into it, you're going to give yourself unnecessary pain. But then it could be necessary pain. It's why this one's a really tricky one, because if you go and find out, some people will do the sneaky thing, because it's always in the bathroom, right? Go open the door, close the door, go in another room where he thinks you're not there. I'm just going to the gym. Come back within 20 minutes. I'm going to the gym for an hour. Come back in 20 minutes. Open the door. If there's somebody in that bathroom, if he's using that time, you'll catch him in the act. Right? You've got the key to your place. Right? You can catch him in the act. Or if all of a sudden you hear some fucking pitter-patter running from the bathroom. The bathroom is a tricky thing to really. I don't understand how when I hear stories about the way guys cheat. I don't condone it by any means, but I hear some crazy stories about what they do and trying to be sneaky. I'm like, no, you weren't trying to be sneaky. You were trying to get caught. Because the bathroom, one, you're taking off all your fucking clothes and going to have a shower. The person shows up any time. No, that to me, I don't think he's trying to purposely get caught. He's lacking something. There's a few things you could. Let's push everything aside. If you think he's cheating, few options. You called him on it, he dismissed it. You can either catch him in the act, and that way you've got evidence. There's that. You could do the other. You could go, you know what, I don't like the idea of somebody stealing my guy. Try to think out what he might be lacking in the relationship. Because a lot of reason why people cheat is that there's something missing in the relationship, and then they want it. It could be maybe just in his own mind. Something is in his own mind that's bugging him. It's causing him to do that. It could be a sexual side. I'm not saying I don't know about your sex life because you didn't put anything in here. But if it's healthy, if it's not healthy, if it's boring, if it's blah blah blah, if he's having issues getting off or whatever, right? These are also signs that you want to look at. But yeah, there's the option that you need to really think about. Is, are you going to call him on it? Are you going to get some evidence? Are you going to go? Or pick up your game. Make yourself irresistible. Put on a nice outfit. Have dinner at home. You can't go out, you're in lockdown, blah, blah, blah. Have a nice meal ready at the dinner table. Candle lights. Really put it on. Let him know that you still love him. Let him know that the relationship is still sexy. And see if he changes his mind. Or if he feels guilty. That's another bloody one that you can really do. Oh, it's such a good one. If you can really go, oh, do you remember all this stuff? Like, just be sitting down watching a movie or whatever, and then start talking about the relationship. Oh, do you remember when we used to do this? Fuck, it was amazing. I'm so glad you're in my life. Really lay it on fucking thick. The human guilt is a bugger of a thing. And if you can bring it out, then watch his face. If he starts getting depressed and sad, oh, right, chances are he's feeling remorse of what he's doing. And either he might admit it himself or whatever, right? So, or if he seems happy, oh, yeah, then he's not cheating. He's enjoying that moment with you. So, you could try that as well. Feel free to message back. If you do watch this on my VODs, feel free to send me a message back to let me know an update. I would definitely love to hear about what you chose to do. But yeah, it's better to know than to dwell. Get another car and follow him, or get somebody to do it. You know, I've thought about that. That's actually a really good one, and it's actually going to be something I was going to bring up a moment ago, because I read this interesting. No, there was a video. That was it. This video, and this girl, she says her relationship was like the greatest fucking thing, and she had this best friend who was also in a relationship, and they decided to, I mean, these are young kids. I think they were like maybe in their early 20s, and they came up with this brilliant idea because they watched some show or whatever, and they, you know what? Well, let's do this. Let's put our boyfriends to the test. And what they did is they created fake female accounts, and the goal was they were going to hit on the other person's boyfriend, not as themselves, because the boyfriends knew who the friends are, right? Created fake dating accounts and sent a message. It wasn't on Tinder. I forgot what the hell it was on. But anyway, started flirting with them, and girl one felt good because her boyfriend basically said, no, I have a boyfriend. Sorry, I have a girlfriend. I can't do anything really sweet, charming. And he still flirted, but was up and honest and said, I have a girlfriend. This is not going to go anywhere. The other one was the opposite. The other one really started laying into it and being very verbally sexual, and even said that they'd meet sometime and have a little fun, and as if going to cheat. Now, while this sounds really clever, the outcome could be really, really bad. Because one, she's upset. Oh my god, I can't believe my boyfriend did this. I can't believe blah 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 blah. One, how do you know he doesn't fucking know? How does he hasn't either found out or suspecting that what they're doing, right? So, and it backfires, and you've just destroyed a relationship, because one, they've just lost trust in you for doing that by trying to. It's a good relationship. I mean, if he's cheating, absolutely, it's worked good for you. You don't need them anymore. Blah blah blah. Because you don't want them. You don't. Right? That's not what you're looking for. It's not the relationship you're wanting. So, if it worked, it worked. But it can the chance of it backfiring is so huge because one, how can they trust you? You're going to set them. You are setting them up. You're in love with them. They're in love with you. Good relationship, and you're going to set them up. A relationship should be about two people supporting one another, right? Whether it's friends, whether it's a loving relationship, you're supposed to be supporting each other. And here you are, conspiring with your friend to set him up to fail. I don't have high enough self-esteem to test my boyfriend like that. It's, and you should. You're but it can backfire in a bad way. If they're going to fail, let them fail. Let them fail on themselves, right? It could be faced with that exact moment. A lot of relationships, they play this silly game where they have a hall pass. Is it a hall pass? A free pass or whatever? They always talk about that one person, that one celebrity. Oh, you know what? If they come into your life, you can have sex with them, right? Because they're telling themselves it'll never happen. But some of them, they accept. Oh fuck, mine, Nicole Kidman. Fucking Nicole Kidman. Holy shit. Biggest fucking question. And no, would never happen unless I bumped into her and things work. I'm not gonna fucking lie. She's in trouble. But no, that's never gonna happen. But honestly, faced with it, it'd be understandable. Like a lot of relationships, they'll say that. Yeah, you can go do that because I understand. But you really, and that's exactly what this is. You're setting them up to fail. If you're not honestly okay with it, then don't be okay with it. Yeah, it's a difficult thing because you're costing you're setting them up to fail. You're setting them up to fail, and if they do great, awesome. If they pass your little test, awesome. If they don't, because they've met that Nicole Kidman, that exact moment, they think they've just fucking seen Nicole Kidman and they've got that fucking chance to have some fun. Maybe even a one-night stand, but because they're in a relationship. As they said at the beginning of the thing, the relationship was great, was solid. They loved each other when they were together. They were like soulmates, blah, blah, blah. Then they're going to stick around. Even if they have that one night stand, they're going to come right back. Nicole Kidman's not going to fucking give up her fucking country star for, right? Well, that one night stand, but they set him up. He might have been a really nice guy. I don't believe in doing tests like that. Doing the opposite test of, like with the one I was talking a moment ago, where if she really suspects him of cheating, and every time she comes home, after being out for an hour or so, seeing long hairs, when he's bald and she has different colour hair, it's on the wall. Well, frankly, the writing is on the wall. But without any evidence, if it is a coincidence, if there's something else to it, somehow, miraculously, hair's floating in the air and sticking itself to a shower wall. I can't imagine anything else that's causing that. The only one I could and this is a stretch, is that maybe there's a spider and it's not actually hair, it's and as I said, I was stretching like a son of a bitch for that one. My gut is telling me that there's something to it, but she needs to really figure that one out for herself. But with this other one, she's without any hint from a movie that she watched, long hair pets. Yeah, but it's at the level, I've got my Athena right here, golden retriever. She comes up to my chest, right? Unless I pull her hair off and slap it on the wall, she's not putting her hair a human head level on the back of a shower. It's just not happening. It's just weird. Unless now here's the other one as well. If she had a long-haired dog and happens to be brushing the dog, and hair comes off, and it gets everywhere because her hair is everywhere. Like, I'm lucky. I'm surprised there's not fucking hair all over my shirt right now. And that's the biggest stretch I can find. But she wants to call him on it. She wants to know more, which makes sense, because she doesn't want to call him on it. Because if it's wrong, it's wrong. Her best thing would be to go out, say she's going to the gym, going somewhere, going grocery shopping, and she'll be back in an hour or 2 hours. Specify a certain amount of time. You put in that mind that you've now got this time. Or I feels lucky, or I feel safe, or I can go and do this. I can call her up. Whoever it is, if he is cheating, it's nearby. It's within like maybe a door, 2 doors away. Because to get there, get in there, do the thing, and you keep forgetting about it. Right? The Sasquatch. Alright, I mean, unless that's what he's seeing. Maybe that's what he's actually having an affair with. But I don't know. I can't. It's a tricky one. These kind of questions. That's why I'm creating this show, is because I love juicy questions like this. And people always come to me with advice for this kind of stuff. Like that first one. I don't know if you were here when I said it was about ghosting. Ghosting in a relationship is just, it's cruel. To me, it's a sense of cruelty, and nobody wants it done to them. Why do it to another person? Just talk about the thing. So it's relationships are based on communication. I mean, he's got together because she was talking, not just looking sexy. I mean, sexy, yeah, sure, but it was the talking that caught the eye the most, right? Because, yeah, I think the long and short of it, long and short of it. I like how you did that. If he's not willing to talk, that needs to be, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's some guys out there that they don't know how to address things, right? Like when confronted, they're like, "What the fuck am I'm not cheating, but there is this thing." So there could be that in his favor of not answering, but then on the second time when approached, he says, "Yes, that's very strange." To me, if it was strange, I'd be wanting to try to figure out if it is somebody else. If it's nothing to do with me, I'm like, who the fuck is breaking into my house and taking a shower in my fucking shower and then putting their hair on my wall? Like that's how I would be. I'd be like, my house doesn't feel safe. Someone's breaking into my house and putting hair on my fucking wall. That should be what he's asking. If he does honestly think it's strange, yeah, he's not willing to talk. Yeah. Right. But he won't. Okay. What's my next question? My son 15. Okay, this is a long one. My son, 15, male, and I have always had a great relationship. He has an older sister who has already moved out. So it's just us and his mom in the house. Also, okay, so this is... Okay, we bonded over the years on our love for sports. Nice. Football and fishing, and love watching MMA. What the hell is mixed martial arts? Okay, fights together. Basically, what I'm saying is we have a traditional father-son relationship. Nice. He's a great kid and very successful in school and sports. Nice. And has even had a couple of girlfriends since starting high school. Okay. But lately, within the past few months, he's been acting more distant towards me and his mom. He's 15, so that's kind of common. I know teens tend to isolate themselves, but it's extremely out of character for him to just spend all of his time in his room, then leave at night to hang with friends. We barely see him anymore. His sports have been postponed because of COVID, so I know he's been anxious to fill his free time as a wait, what? I'm going to address that thought in a second. As a parent, I feared the worst and suspected he is doing drugs. Oh, why do parents automatically jump to that one? There's so many other fucked up things they could be doing other than drugs. Devil's lettuce. I know it was very wrong on me, but I lightly searched through his room. You know what? He's 15. I'm sorry, but that's not wrong. Fucking search through his bloody room. I do believe in kids having privacy to a point until he hits 18. Anything that kid does, you're responsible for. If he goes out and shoots somebody, that's on you. Which means you're responsible to know if he's got a bloody gun in his room. I'm not saying that he has a gun in his room. I'm basically saying if you suspect there's something bad in his room, fucking look. You're paying for the damn room. Unless he's paying rent, that's your room, right? Up until he reaches the age of consent, all his actions reflect on you. When he leaves, at that point, it's all his responsibilities are him. You can completely help. He's under your roof. Exactly. So yeah, fucking search through his room if you're suspicious. But at the same time, you also want his trust, which you've already, from what you've said, it sounds like he has massive amounts of trust for you. But anyway, I've only got halfway through this, so this is probably more. As a parent, I feared. Yeah, I know it's very wrong, but I like to show through any signs to confirm my belief. Thankfully, I didn't find any drugs. Yeah, I didn't think it would be drugs, but I did find something surprising. Under his bed was a box of makeup, a few dresses, and women's magazine. At first, I thought they could be his ex-girlfriends. A 15-year-old with his makeup and clothes under. Okay, at first I thought they could be his, yeah, but the collection was pretty big. Basically, I think my son is in the closet of sorts, maybe trans or gay, or I don't know. I love my child no matter what. Good for you. If it's true, even if I don't fully understand, I would support it wholeheartedly. But obviously there's some issues. I snooped through his room with a huge invasion of privacy. I can't confront him because then he'd know I broke his trust. We're very close, but I fear he wouldn't tell me because my parents are extremely homophobic. Just the other week, we were complaining about liberals ruining the good American Christians, so he might think I hold the same views. If my son is in the closet, I don't want him to I don't want him to have to hide his identity forever, but I also don't want him. I won't tell him I snooped and forced. Okay. Okay. When they're ready, they'll come. Yes, that's exactly. I just read. I don't know if you're in my chat or if you're gonna watch this VOD later. But a few things here that I've read. One, I'm totally. I personally. This is my own personal opinion. I'm not by any means a shrink, counselor, or anything like that. People just come to me and ask for advice, and I seem to give good advice. The first thing I will say, from my opinion, snoop away. Up until you're no longer responsible for, and you're going to feel responsible for him since the day he was born till the day he dies. You're his father, right? So it's just the way it is. But the way the law works is you are responsible up until he hits a certain age. And if he goes out and shoots somebody, if he shoots himself, if he crashes a car, those police are going to come to you and going to go and be pinning it on you, is why I want you. Right, so it's it might, and the kid can go to juvie, blah blah blah. They still look at you as being the responsible one for being a bad parent. So based on that in itself, Snoop, you don't necessarily need to tell them. And with this one, I love how you've handled it, specifically on this one. That is a very sensitive topic. That is possibly why he's hiding in his room. The hiding in his room, that's common. As soon as he hits puberty, most kids kind of change into something else. He sounds like he's still a good kid. He doesn't sound like he's turned into the typical monster teenager. Now I see monsters. They're not monsters. They seem it, but they're not. They're growing. They're learning. They're discovering. And quite often, a lot of that is just putting on a disguise, creating an identity so that they can be noticed. Now, I'm not saying that that's what he's doing with his clothes or the makeup or whatever. He might be identifying as something else. He could be exploring with the media and with the world right now, and you see everything. Fuck, even on this right now, I guarantee pretty much all my viewers will probably have emotes that show off pride. And I'm saying this right now, and it'll probably be popping up any second now, showing off pride. It's such a big thing right now, and it's so all over the media that it's hard for a child not to question, what does this mean? What does this mean for me? This wasn't a big thing back in the fucking 10, 20 years ago. It was there. It's really been magnified with a lot of events. There's nothing wrong, and I love the fact that you say that you accept him and you love him and you will support him in anything. That is huge. But you don't want to approach him, even if you didn't snoop. You don't want to go, are you gay? They're trying to figure that out themselves. That's a terrifying thing. What you could do, you could be a little sneaky, right? You can coax, you can lead them. Because one, as you just said, you think that by saying some of the comments you've made, liberals running, but whoever believes whatever, the fact that you've said that comment and then you've turned around and said that you support him, good for you, sir. Good for you. And that you love your son and all that kind of stuff. Good for you. What I would suggest doing, put on a movie. Put on a movie. Just yourself. Don't actually say anything about it. Just say, let's watch a movie. This one looks funny. Put on Rent. Put on fucking what was that one? Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Oh, Tu Wong Fu. There's actually a lot of good movies that's funny as hell that you might like, that he might like, and don't make any negative comments. Just laugh with him, so he can see that you're not against it. That if he comes out, you're not really saying, hey, I think you're gay. You're going, I don't mind people who are gay. Say shit like that. Go to a fucking go find out when the Pride Parade in your area is. Go to it. Take him with you. You say, you know what? There's a thing. Oh, I'm having a day out. There's a parade going on. Let's go out to the parade. Go with him. Be open. Show interest in his or her interests. He's not going to probably be put on a dress to this thing, but he's probably interested. And you will probably make his fucking day by saying, let's go to this. One, you're having an outing with him. Or don't even say where you're going. Just saying, hey, we're gonna go out for a bit. Let's go to the park. Let's go and go to the thing. I've heard about this amazing parade. I want to go to see what it's all about. Do it, and you'll probably make it. And then you'll probably, but yeah, don't say that you snooped through his room. He probably even knows, but I mean, he hid it because he didn't want you to see it, and he'll probably be massively embarrassed, and it could do damage. Not to your trust for the fact that you were snooping, but the fact that it's such a big thing that he's going through that he felt he had to hide it and is scared to come out. Because you're right. You said this thing and he might think that if he says something, right? But that's my advice. coax it. Don't push. Don't push it out of him. Don't approach him like a big scary monster. Let him see that you are not. Your opinion is not against it. Then he'll probably come to you, and to both you and your wife. He'll probably come out and flat out tell you. So yeah, that is, as they say, is that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe, hit bells, and blah blah blah. I'm supposed to say all that shit. Go to my Twitter account. I think it's whatever here somewhere. Twitch. Go to my Twitch account and you can watch me live. I don't have a set schedule just yet. You click follow and then click the bell on that one. It'll let you know when I'm on. And when I do have a set schedule, I will be letting everybody know. But yeah.